guys, it's me, Danielle Daily Buttons, and I'm going to show you something a little bit different today, and that is how I track my coloring pages. So, you're going to see the crazy side of me, but I've mentioned these books many times at this point, and I'm going to continue to mention them because a great majority of my coloring is in this series of books. These are the Les Grands Classiques Disney books, French coloring books from the company Hachette or Hachette Heroes. I got them from Amazon UK because I'm in the US, but maybe if you're overseas, you can find them somewhere else. I don't know. So these books each have 100 pages in them, and each page is a different character. So there's the Madid, and you can't tell what they are. So if you're like in the mood to do a specific person, you can't just flip through and see who's what. But the end of the book does have all of the pages finished, which this is super useful, one, for cheating if you don't actually want to wait and see who you're going to be coloring. But also, sometimes it's hard to tell in an area what color is where, like the number will be faded or something like that, or if like there's shadowing from the page before and it's hard to tell, you can come back here and check to make sure you're on the right track. And I do that frequently so that my lines don't get all over the place. But I have 5 of these books. So sometimes I'm in the mood to color somebody specific. So I'm going to show you how I track what pages I finished, what pages I want to color, and just every month, my regular month-to-month coloring stuff. So yes, here we go. This is my bullet journal. This is the second year I'm officially bullet journaling, but I have really always been a planner person. I've always been into lists, and I've loved the process of writing my whole life. When I was a child, I was an only child. I think a lot of us are like this, us only children. But when I was an only child, for fun, I used to take a book and copy it word for word, because I just liked the act of writing and I didn't always have ideas of what to write, so I would just take a book and copy it down. So this is my bullet journal, second official year. There are 3 areas in this journal dedicated to coloring, and 2 of the 3 are specifically dedicated to these coloring books. So I'm going to show you what they are. If you're into bullet journaling and want to see more of my entire journal, let me know. I could probably get around to that, but I don't know which order. Okay, so I'll just skip to this first. It's going to be a little bit hard to see. I guess I can bring, oh my goodness. I think it's my new thing to hit this monopod at least once a video. So if you can see, every month I have a page that's called like coloring page tracker or coloring fun or fun stuff or whatever it may be for each month. And that's where I write which pages I finished. And I'm actually tracking movies too this month, or this is from August, so this month is over, but my goal is usually just to do 10 pages from these books every single month. So I track who I do. Also, as always, my nails are fine except my pointers, which are the most important for videos, so I apologize for that if that bothers you. But so in August, I did these 10 characters, and each book, there may be more than one Sebastian, but that's enough for me. I'm just tracking to kind of see where I did what. I just realized there's actually a 4th page, which I'll skip to right now. Again, there's so many pages in these books. I kind of decided for the rest of this year, I'm going to do a theme each month, and this is obviously just a personal thing I'm doing. So I just wanted more direction on how to pick my pictures. So this is my schedule for themes, and for September I'm going to focus on magic themed pictures. I also usually tend to pick pictures based on the movie I just watched. So yesterday I watched Peter Pan, so today we're going to be looking for a Peter Pan picture. Sorry, took a puppy timeout. She was barking, little devil. Yeah, so I watched Peter Pan, so I might pick a picture from that. Or Peter Pan is part of Magical September, so that double works. And that's also kind of why I watch Peter Pan, because I was thinking about this. So the rest of my year, My themes were August, I did sea theme, any movies that largely featured water. And she's barking again. One moment. Okay, sorry about that. Our neighbor was going to work. Hopefully she's done now. Yes, as I was saying, August I did sea themed, anything that heavily focused on water. Obviously there's more obvious ones. Little Mermaid, very much underwater. Atlantis, very much underwater, Finding Nemo. But then Lilo and Stitch and Moana just were around water a lot. Moana's pretty water heavy too. Yeah, so that's what I picked. And I also did this mid-month, so that's why there's not that many choices. For September, I want to do magic. Obviously, tons of Disney movies feature magic, so that's not going to be too hard to find pages. But specifically, I was thinking about the Peter Pan and Tinkerbell franchise. I've never seen the Tinkerbell movies. I just watched the first one earlier this year because of these books. There's so many of the Tinkerbell fairies in here. But there's just tons. This book alone has 15 pictures out of the 100 are from either the Tinkerbell series or franchise or Peter Pan itself, which is a lot. So October, I'm going to do villains. There's tons of villain portraits in here. November, I'm going to do princess portraits. I always do princesses in November because my birthday's in November and I'm obviously a princess too. So, and then in December, I'm getting married, so I'm going to be busy. But one of the books has a whole bunch of pictures from Mickey's Christmas Carol and I'm going to focus on those. So yes, that is my second page. My third page is trackers like this. So I saw these a ton on Instagram. Again, a lot of the people I follow on Instagram are for these books particularly, and they're in France and they speak French and I don't understand what they're saying, so I just have to rely on their pictures. But they made these charts and I wanted to too because I bullet journal. So these charts are basically 1 through 100, and that obviously represents each page in that book. And then as I finish the pictures, I color in the little number. So it's kind of a visual representation of how much I have left. Making this chart is just a lot of fun for me. That's really why I did it, no other reason. I guess once I get a lot farther into the books, it'll be fun to see like, uh-oh, there's only 5 left, only 10 left, whatever the case may be. But for now, I have a bunch of Disney stickers. I like to make charts, so this is what it is. So I have 2 and 3, 1, Optical Illusions and Pixar. As you can see, nothing is done in Pixar. I can't make myself do a page in there. I don't know what's wrong with me. And I plan on buying Volume 4. Volume 4 comes out September 12th, or it's supposed to. So if you're seeing this and you want to make your first purchase, maybe wait until Volume 4 is officially out. And Mickey, Donald and Company, which I mentioned, has Mickey's Christmas Carol. It's also just other pictures of Mickey throughout the years and his friends. So there's that. All right, now I'm going to show you the really crazy one. As I said, I like to pick the pictures based on the movies that I'm watching or want to watch, whatever. So it's not always easy to go in the back and flip through and find your picture. So what I did was I made a chart. Here's my crazy chart. I separated each book into their movies. This took me a good chunk of time. Basically now you can pick whatever movie you want to color from and find the pages in the books. So for instance, if you want to do Peter Pan, like I said, you go Peter Pan, page 166 and 94 in book 1, page 632, 73, and 74 in book 2, a whole bunch of pages in book 3, and that in the Optical Illusion book. So this has been so incredibly helpful for me because of the way I like to pick my pictures. After I've done the picture, I use a little Crayola stamp marker. Let's see, anyone remember these guys? They're very old school craft supplies. And stamp out that I finished that one, and then that way when I'm going back, I don't get my hopes set on doing Sword in the Stone from book 2 because I finished those already. So yeah, this is all of them. There's a few movies that I knew weren't going to be big page getters, I guess is how you would say it. So I skipped them. Like there's, I think two Fantasia pages amongst the 5 books that I found. So I didn't write Fantasia down here. I just put it in other. So page 1, all these movies are listed in the order that they came out in. And then page 2, the rest of the movies. And I have a category for fairies. Then I have a category for other. And then I have a category specifically for Mickey and Friends. And then I put the Pixar down here. And as you can see, I spaced it very poorly because obviously there's going to be a lot in the Pixar book. And as you can see, I haven't needed all the space anywhere else, but that's okay because it gets the job done. What am I going to do when the new books come, you ask? I have no idea. Probably nothing until next year because in theory, if I order September 12th, it'll probably get to me mid-October. So I'll just have to suffer with those 2 until the end of the year. And then I'm sure next year I'll recreate this chart in my new journal, which boy, will that be fun. Also, if movies have sequels, I don't write them in twice. So like Finding Nemo and Finding Dory, obviously there's specific characters from each of them. But if I'm looking for one, I'm really looking for both. And it's much easier to say Finding Nemo, and then go through 10, 15 pages than it would be, again, to go through the whole book. So yeah, that's my process. And it's a little bit crazy, but I think it's a lot of fun. And I think usually if you're a colorist, you're also into these other types of things. So again, let me know if you want to see any more about my bullet journal. I'm going to pick a picture with you right now, then I'm going to stop this video and start doing a color and chat. So I'm going to pick Peter Pan. So I brought out book 3 because like I said, there's tons in here. So Peter Pan, well, that was fun. My alarm just went off and scared me half to death. Okay, Peter Pan in book 3, as you can see, we have tons of choices. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 different pages are Peter Pan. So what I do is I put this to the side a little bit and I go to the back of the book and I say, okay, page 5. And I look at it, Nana, maybe. Page 18. I always look at all my choices before I make a choice. Page 18 is Tiger Lily. 22 is Smee. This technically might be Smee from the animated. I don't know. I think that's from the Tinkerbell. They have the titles of the movies under them, but they're all in French. So it doesn't say Peter Pan. So obviously it's from a Tinkerbell thing, but close enough. Okay. 22, 20, 39. Hook. I'm probably going to save Hook for October when I do villains. 45. Ooh, Michael. That could be cute. 66. Wendy. 89. John. 97, 98 is Tink and Peter. So again, since I've done so many flip throughs, I know there's more Tinkerbell. So I think I'm going to start with her. So that's page 97. So here we go. And that's how I've picked. So there we go. Do you think I'm crazy now? Probably. Sorry. Yeah. So thank you for watching. Let me know what you think. Do you think you'll do something like this? Do you think I'm absolutely nuts and you're not going to watch anymore? I don't know. And then join me in, I guess, my next video for the start of a color along. But thanks so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!